You know, Sunday, June 13th was a rough day for a lot of fans of this guy. He had the respect of literally 5 generations of moviegoers. One of the best character actors of all time, especially in the 1970s. So today is going to be a tribute to an actor I think changed the industry for the good, not only because of the 1970s, but his dedication to his craft. Now, Ned Beatty, born Ned Thomas Beatty in Louisville, July 6, 1927, was one of the top character actors ever, from his first appearance on the big screen in Deliverance to his major roles throughout the decade of the 70s. He appeared in more than 160 films. He's one of the few actors of his generation to be nominated for an Academy Award, 2 Emmys, MTV Movie Award, and a Golden Globe Award. He also won a Drama Desk Award. Now, he passed away in L.A. On June 13, 2021. Ironically, he was his alma mater was Transylvania University. Now, he made his stage debut at age 19, appearing in Wilderness Road, an outdoor historical pageant located in the Berea, Kentucky. Now, he was a singer by trade. He used to sing in gospel groups and barbershop quartets in St. Matthews, Kentucky, as early as 1947. He received a scholarship to sing in the a cappella choir at, again, Transylvania in Lexington, and he attended but did not graduate. Now, during his first 10 years of theater, he worked at the Barter Theater in Abingdon, Virginia, the State Theater of Virginia. Now, returning to Kentucky, he worked in the Louisville area through the mid-1960s at the Clarksville Little Theater in Indiana and the newly founded Actors Theater of Louisville. His time at the latter including a run as Willie Loman in Death of a Salesman. Now, he looked older than actually he was, but he used that to his advantage. He could play all different types of ages between like early 20s and early 1950s. And of course, his dynamite first role on the big screen was as Bobby Tripp in Deliverance, co-starring with John Voight and Burt Reynolds. Now, this was set in northern Georgia, and Beatty's character is forced to strip at gunpoint by 2 mountain men who humiliate him and sexually abuse him. A scene is so shocking that it's still referred to as a screen milestone. Now, back in the day, sexual assault was not only portrayed on screen, mostly for women, and this showed that men can be abused and taken advantage of in cruel situations. Ned Beatty said in an interview with CBC, it was a groundbreaking role, but he said, you don't want to be known as the guy that's made to squeal like a pig and be raped. He said, I'm glad I had a lot of positive roles after that. Now, the 1970s were tremendous to him. He also appeared in 1972 in the now classic The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, which was a kind of a retelling of a Western with Paul Newman. Now, in 1973, he had roles in The Thief Who Came to Dinner, The Last American Hero, and White Lightning, which were big drive-in hits. The latter film reunited Burt with his Deliverance, Beatty with his Deliverance co-star Burt Reynolds. He also appeared in The Waltons, which drew a lot of critical acclaim, as well as the TV movie The Marcus Nelson Murders and a pilot for the series Kojak. The next year, he appeared in television miniseries The Execution of Private Slovak with Martin Sheen and a 2-part episode of The Rockford Files called Profit and Loss. Now, in 1975, he appeared in WW and the Dixie Dance Kings, Nashville, and as Colin Holster in the infamous MASH episode Dear Peggy, where he played a religious leader that was trying to motivate Father Mulcahy to get more people in the flock, which kind of mimics his character in Network, but we'll talk about this in a second. He also appeared in the NBC TV movie Attack on Terror, the FBI versus the Ku Klux Klan, as Deputy Sheriff Ollie Thompson. He also made an appearance in a Gunsmoke episode called The Hiders in 1975. Now, Beatty received his only Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor for the Acclaimed Film Network, portraying a television network's bombastic but true chairman of the board who convinces the mad Howard Beale character, portrayed by Oscar winner Peter Finch, that corporation-led global dehumanization is not only inevitable, but a spiritual and also good thing. Now this soliloquy is so strong, you could apply it to 2021 in the corporate wars in the last few years, especially the two-party system in the States. Now, neither nor Beatty, nor William Holden, who shared the lead role with Finch, won an Oscar. The other three acting awards beside the Best Supporting Actor category were swept by network performers, including Best Actress for Faye Dunaway, again Peter Finch, and Best Supporting Actress for Beatrice Straight, who played the put-upon wife of the William Holden character, who has an affair with the Faye Dunaway character. Now, in 1976, another big year, he appeared in All the President's Men, The Big Bus, Silver Streak, and Mikey and Nicky. In 1977, he returned to work with John Boorman in Exorcist II: The Heretic, and it appeared in the final chapter, the first episode of the television series Quinn Martin's Tales of the Unexpected. During 77-78, he starred in the sitcom Sissonsnick on CBS. Now, 78 was another big year, as he appeared in Grey Lady Down. Oh yeah, by the way, All the President's Men in 1976, tremendous performance as well. Don't want to forget that. In 78, he appeared in Grey Lady Down, a drama about a submarine starring Charlton Heston. The film was significant, chiefly being the screen debut of Christopher Reeve, Beatty's future co-star in Superman. He played Lex Luthor's inept henchman. Now, he also appeared in the 1980 sequel, Superman 2, playing again that strange henchman. Now, he received a second nomination for Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a miniseries of special for the television series Friendly Fire. I think that's a Carol Burnett vehicle which talks about soldiers who are accidentally killed by their army colleagues or intentionally killed in various wars. Now, in 79, he appeared in Wise Blood, was directed by John Huston, and of course, 1941, directed by Steven Spielberg. Now, to say the decade of the 1970s belonged to him, he was the best supporting actor. Any time he showed up, you knew it was going to be a good movie. Now, although he had great acclaim after the 1970s, in that 9 or 10 year span, again, he went from nobody knew who he was, saying, oh, it's that guy again. Every time we went to see a movie at the drive-in or the big theater, we would double check the poster to see if Ned was in it. And if Ned was in it, you know it was going to be a good movie. Now, in the 1980s, he was in Hopscotch, The Incredible Shrieking Woman, very underrated movie with Lily Tomlin. Again, The Toy with Richard Pryor. He also worked with Burt Reynolds again in the auto racing Firestroker Race. In the middle of the 80s, he appeared in Restless Natives. In another comedy, the Dean Martin character. You have to see Dean Martin in that show. And you know, he would come on for 5 minutes as a character just out of the park, and he's saying about the donation about Dangerfield's character. He said, you haven't seen how big the check is. It's just tremendous, eh? Now, he also played a corrupt cop in the Al Pacino movie The Big Easy, directed, the Dennis Quaid movie, The Big Easy, and he was also in the Fort Protocol with Michael Caine and Pierce Brosnan. Now, late 1980, Shadows of the Storm, Switching Channels, the Canadian movie. His fifth movie with Burt Reynolds. He was in the Purple People Eater, then Chattahoochee, and he also had a recurring role as the father of John Goodman's character, Dan Connor, in Roseanne, even though he was only a few years older. Now, the 1990s, he got his third Emmy nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor miniseries and special for The Last Train Home. A year later, he was in a British song, Hear My Song, which he portrayed tenor Joseph Locke, which got a nomination for a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor. Now, he did the 1990 comedy with Linda Blair and Leslie Nielsen called Repossess, a spoof The Exorcist. He was also in Captain America in 1990, and he portrayed the father of the bride and Prelude to the Kiss in 92, opposite Meg Ryan and Alec Baldwin. In 93, he appeared in Rudy, playing Rudy's father, tremendous performance, and he also was in Homicide: Life in the Street as Detective Stanley Belander for his first 3 seasons. Now, he did science fiction movies as well, Replicator in 95, mystery comedy Radioland Murders, again, Sean Connery and Larry Lawrence Fishburne in the thriller Just Cause. Then he played Judge Roy Bean himself in the TV miniseries adaptation of Streets of Laredo in 95. He also played in He Got Game with Denzel Washington, and he also returned to work late in the decade with Cookie's Fortune, Life, and Spring Forward. Now, again, early 2000s, original cast member of Homicide, Life in the Street, the movie, reprising his original role. And he was also in Thunderpants and played a simple sheriff in Where the Red Fern Grows. Now, his stage career again, he included a run on Broadway in the decade and London productions of Cat in the Hot Tin Roof with Brendan Fraser and Frances O'Connor, which won a Drama Desk Award. Now, in the middle of the 2000s, Ned was in the television movie The Wool Cap with William H. Macy, and he was in an independent film called Sweetland. Now, in March 2006, he received the River Run International Film Festival's Master of Cinema Award, the highest honor in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Now, Point of Impact was another key role for him in the late 2000s, which starred Mark Wahlberg and Danny Glover. Now, The Walker, he played Honorable U.S. Congressman Duck Long. He also played Congressman Doc Long, the true story Charlie Wilson's War, very underrated movie with Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts, which was also directed by Mike Nichols, and he also worked with Tommy Lee Jones in the thriller In the Electric Mist. Now, 2010, he was in the thriller The Killer Inside Me, which was a big part of Sundance Film Festival, and voiced the main antagonist, Lots of Hug and Bear, in Toy Story 3. Very scary character, by the way. In 2001, he worked with Johnny Depp in the computer animated film Rango, again playing the role of the antagonist. Sometimes he played the villain, but sometimes he played the hero. Now, he was in the movie Funny Guy with Woody Harrelson in 2011. He also appeared in the sitcom with Go On with Matthew Perry, playing Coach Spence. Now, next film in the 2010s was The Big Ask, a dark comedy about three couples who head to the desert to help their friend heal after Daphne's mother. And the film featured a great cast: Gillian Jacobs, Zachary Knighton, David Crumholz, Melanie Linzinski, Anna O'Reilly, and Jason Ritter. And it was directed by Son Thomas and Rebecca Fishman. His other movie of the decade was Baggage Claim, an American comedy directed by David E. Talbot and written by Talbot based on a book of the same name, opposite Paula Patton. Now, Adam Brody, Jim Hunsu, Taye Diggs, Christina Milan, and Derek Luke co-starred, which this movie, of course, was Beatty's final film role before he retired. Now, he was married 4 times and had 4 children with his original wife, and he had 2 children with his second wife. His third wife, he had two children, and his last wife, no children there. And his last wife was, of course, his widow, Sandra Johnson, who he married in 1999. He also lived in Minnesota part-time. Now, Ned was not related to Warren Beatty, although both were born in 1937. When asked if they were related, Ned has been known to joke that Warren was his illegitimate uncle. Now, in 2012, of course, the 40th anniversary screening of Deliverance happened at Warner Brothers with the late Burt Reynolds, Ronnie Cox, and, of course, John Voight. Now, Beatty has been an active Democrat over the years. He was a big supporter of Jesse Jackson's 1988 presidential campaign. So, again, nominated for Network Best Supporting Actor. What a good, beautiful performance. Again, Golden Globe nomination to Hear My Song in 91. He was a narrator for Warren Worlds Across the Border, talking about that actor-director's career. Underrated documentary. I recommended watching him. Toy Story 3, again, Voice Award, IGN Award for Favorite Villain. Nominated IGN Award, Movie Award for Best Ensemble, and MTV Movie Award for Best Villain. Lotso was a very scary character. Again, television again, tremendous record. Again, Friendly Fire, nominated Outstanding Lead Actor in a miniseries or special. And Last Train Home, again, Outstanding Supporting Actor in a miniseries or special. And Homicide, Life in the Street, just tremendous. He's also been featured in video games. And, of course, the theater, he played in The Great White Hope, 1968. I think with James Earl Jones. I could be wrong. He says replacement. Now, Cat in the Hot Tin Roof, he played Big Daddy and won again the Drama Desk Award for Outstanding Featured Actor in a Play. Now, tremendous recognition. And Louisville has many great native sons. I know they're in mourning. So my heart and prayers go out to all these Ned supporters, family, friends, colleagues. We are better to have had Ned Beatty as a great actor. Everything he did, ladies and gentlemen, if you can act like him, you just look him for 5 minutes, no matter what part it was. He mentioned about network, and maybe I'm misquoting him, and I think it's the same CBC interview, and he said, listen, I was only offered 3 days work or a week's work on network, and I get a Best Supporting Actor nomination. He said no role is too small or too large. But you see him in Superman, you see him in Deliverance, you see him in All the President's Men. He's the catalyst of the big denouement because he's passing off information to the Dustin Hoffman character. It's just so crisp. It's like getting a baseball player, like a pinch hitter, like we had that in baseball many years ago, or a runner, like Dalton Pompey with Toronto. You knew he was going to do something. So Ned and featuring Ned Beatty. You look at Back to School. That's one of the most funniest scenes, and it's not really funny. He's basically saying, you don't understand how big the check is, because Mellon is a big donator. He basically bought his way through college, getting Kurt Vonnegut and stuff like that. But when I heard the news yesterday, I run a authors association in New Brunswick called the New Brunswick Independent Authors Association, and all their membership were just, it's like, I can't believe we'll never see him on the screen again. When he retired, it was like Sean Connery. We figured maybe he was going to come back. But 83 is a good life. And all we can say, if you were at a drive-in watching Deliverance in 1972 and heard him screaming when he was being violated, that was scary. That was a horror movie to a lot of Canadians because we never saw anything like that before. Because Ned was kind of a roly-poly happy guy. I don't know if he ever played like a serious clown, but he seemed to be the uncle that's the smart, the brains of the outfit. And that MASH episode there when he was with Mulcahy, that Christians have told me, so that's one of the most important episodes of the Christian aspect of MASH. A lot of pastors I talk to, they kind of crib with Ned Beatty, follow me like that. It's amazing. So he will be missed. My only big regret about this, I will always hope to meet him and say, listen, Ned, thank you so much. And you know something? Making Burt Reynolds, out-acting Burt Reynolds is hard. Burt Reynolds was on, and he out-acted Burt Reynolds in Deliverance. Just to do that, he probably went to him and said, listen, we got the scene to do, can you do it? Well, he a consummate actor. But he was even in one of the worst Canadian movies of all time, Switching Channels. He was everywhere. And like in the Slovak movie, the Martin Sheen, the guy that was executed there, check it out. It's quite interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ned passed away, but he will live on in our hearts and minds. In tribute to him, why don't you get All the President's Men, get that MASH episode. It's on Disney+. Maybe watch Deliverance. Don't watch with the children, because it might freak them out, because seeing the character from Toy Story being raped in a movie 40 years before might be a little bit jarring for the people in your family. So, thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we appreciate you dropping in. Give us a like, comment, and subscribe. This was our Merge, another remote-controlled screenshots combination podcast. And again, I wasn't going to do it, but I was kind of sad that I didn't do it. I drove up to Florence or Bristol, New Brunswick, thinking about it, and I said, what would Ned like in his obituary? And I think he would like to know that Canada loved him. So, Ned, rest in peace. Have a good day. Bye.